So yes, gingers are black. We understand that now. But I do comic book content, so it got me wondering, what ginger characters are invited to the cookout? Because we all know that not every single black person is invited to the cookout, if you know what I mean. Starting off with Roy Harper, otherwise known as Red Arrow. Anger issues, beat drug addiction, single father, trying to work it out with his baby mama, who also happens to be an assassin. He's invited. Barbara Gordon, otherwise known as Batgirl. We're not going to go into the details about how society treats black women who have been SA'd, but she doesn't let her trauma define her, and she's generally the one that holds it down when it comes to the Bat family, because those boys are stupid. And so while I wasn't a fan of them race swapping her for the movie, I see what they were working with. Wally West, otherwise known as the Flash, otherwise known as the fastest man alive, because yes, he is faster than Barry Allen, and there's a reason for that. He was a nerd that was just in love with his idol and wanted to be just like him. But why he's faster than Barry is because he sees the Speed Force from a spiritual aspect, where Barry only focuses on the logical side. And last I checked, black people are super spiritual. So when they race swapped him for the New 52, I saw the vision, and then they retconned it, and that's still okay. We're not gonna stay in DC all day. We have Bailey Briggs, otherwise known as the Spider Boy, a mama's boy who was living on the street when he lost his mama and did everything he could to find her. And he was doing what he could do to survive until Spider-Man and Daredevil picked him up. I don't know, but it's giving me zero from holes. Raven Darkholme, otherwise known as Mystique. Now, all the X-Men are black. We understand that already. But she's blue, her son is blue, and not only is he blue, but he's also super spiritual and a pastor. You see the vision. Now we got Coriander, otherwise known as Starfire. She's an exiled princess living in a foreign land. Sounds like queen shit to me. And say what you want about the Titans show, but I saw the vision, and Anna was probably the best thing about that show. Pamela Isley, otherwise known as Poison Ivy, a woman so in touch with nature that it's basically spiritual for her. Sounds like voodoo priestess to me. And this one's probably going to be a stretch, but Garfield Logan, otherwise known as Beast Boy, a man who's just in touch with nature, and as a black man myself who's in touch with nature, my family literally called me the animal whisperer. I see it. But here's why it's a stretch, and I did this because unfortunately these pictures were way too low quality. But when you look at some of these pictures closer to where I have Beast Boy, it's hit or miss on whether or not he actually has red hair before he turns green. In one panel he's blonde, in one panel he's red. And I'm just gonna go with the fact that Young Justice made him a redhead, so he's a redhead to me. And I know you're probably asking because I've said it here before, but Jean Grey, the Phoenix, is my favorite Marvel character. And you're wondering, well, why did I add her? Because yes, as we all understand, all X-Men are black. But again, not every black person's invited to the cookout. And I'm sorry, as much as I love Jean, she kind of gives me Candace Owens vibes. If you know, you know. But those were the Ginger or Jinja characters that I would invite to the cookout. How about y'all? I am upcoming author. Thank y'all for getting caught up with me on my favorite media. God saying the same. I'll catch y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.